Hey, Coach, how are you?
Hi, Andrew.
So throughout this process, you've been preaching selflessness, toughness, and there's a word you added to Alize Johnson's performance, and you said you used the word swagger. I was wondering what the word swagger means to you and why it's such a valuable asset.
Confidence, just confidence. But the confidence came from, you know, hey, him being himself and knowing that he can dominate out there. But also just knowing that what he's doing falls in line with what we are preaching. And then he can play with the game with no trepidation. I think that in turn, gives birth to that swagger that he played with.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck today.
Thank you, Andrew.
Go to Jason next.
Hey, Coach, how are you today?
Hey, Jason.
Um, we've talked about all the things that are going right for the club. Just in your mind, what are you guarding against right now?
Huh. That's a good question because today when we addressed the team, we talked about what is our big picture, where are we, uh, in regards to our ultimate goal, and then just step by step, and then just letting them. We want to let them feel uh, like not the pressure, to let them feel the importance of every game and every situation that we're in. And I think giving them that perspective and knowing what they want and what we agreed upon our objective was just keeps us from being complacent and thinking that we've arrived because we've yet to play our best basketball, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I figured you'd probably say that because you want to obviously keep building towards something. But I guess the other question I had for you is, when it comes to calling a timeout, you seem to kind of go really well with flow and momentum, that sort of thing. But right now, where are you at? Like, are you perfecting the little things right now, or is there still something that's bothering you in the bigger picture that you're constantly on top of for those sort of things?
Uh, Jess, you talking about personally or as far as the team is concerned, the timing of timeouts? Just
You know
want to
what? Let's go with personally.
Well, personally, for me, it's just making sure that when the game is a little bit out of hand, just giving them something that we know will work, and then sometimes the game is suggesting something to me, and I just acquiesce and trying to feed it to the team, and hopefully we're able to execute. And when we do, usually good things happen. As far as our team, it's like sometimes it's you call them. I've called them because of I felt we were losing the momentum, or I felt we were a little bit tired. I felt that they needed to get, we needed to address some things. So the reasons why I call them usually vary. And then there's the challenges too, right? That I'm
Yeah.
still learning, when to call and when to challenge, what's a good one and what are the crucial ones, that's some of the things. Still growing in that area.
Pretty good percentage on it so far, though, Coach. But good luck today.
Thank you, Jason.
Go to Amy next.
Thanks. Hi, Coach.
Hi, Amy.
Quick question for you. After you went and watched the Westchester film, what did you see the most between the difference between the first three quarters and that final frame, other than the obvious 37-17 score in that fourth quarter?
Told the team this morning that we won that game because they wanted to win it. We held them to 17 fourth quarter points, and it wasn't about scheme. It wasn't about scheme. It was just about our will to win. And during the timeouts, we told them, at this point, it's no longer about your skills. It's about, are you willing to go get this win? And they wanted to. And that's what I saw on film, really.
With this crazy schedule, then obviously a day off and you take a day away from everybody. How do you keep that mind frame of the will to win and get a good start today?
You're just listening in, or are you actually doing any asking? Or
I'm just listening.
okay.
I got it.
Was that you, Amy?
No, I'm also listening, but asking too.
Yeah, no, Amy's conversations, and then what we tell them, that's why our film sessions are very important. That's why the rampant atmosphere around them is important. I think it starts with us, the urgency, the seriousness in our approach, what we put before their eyes, I think is very important. And we make sure that our message is consistent.
Have a great game.
Thank you, Amy.
We're going to Randy next. Oscar, I see you.
Hey, Coach, how are you?
Hey, Randy.
Two questions. The first one is, what does it say about the character of this team, just in terms of quality of professional, when you have a guy like Henry Allenson who starts every game, and then you ask him to and he's your leading scorer, and you ask him to provide a different role, and then he does it with, you know, determination. And then the same thing with Matt, you know, how he wasn't used as often early on, and then thrust into this role and really performing. What does it say about the character of your club and the character of those guys, you know, specifically?
I mean, you say it, right? Like these, you know, high character people, professionals, and they are selfless, because it would have been easy for them to go and pout and to go into a shell and woe is me. But instead, they just responded. Matt hadn't played for a long time. You toss him in there, he kept himself ready. You know, and that's the reality, too, that these young men will have to face when they get called up, or they'll get into a different situation where, listen, I would love for them to get called up and go and start for a team, but they may get called up and go and not play for 3 games and then be tossed in the fire. And you got to keep yourself ready, and that's part of the job. And I'm just glad that our coaches, our assistant coaches, really, they're doing a phenomenal job keeping these guys ready through film, through conversations, through checking in, just making sure they stay connected.
And just secondly, about just building a little bit off what Jason was saying about you as a coach personally, is there something that you've discovered about your coaching style that you didn't know that you had, or portrayed out there from the beginning of the season to now, having to deal with, you know, all the adversity you guys have dealt with?
That's a good question. I try to be cool and mellow, and that's just not me. So I discovered I thought I wouldn't be, but that's one thing I've just discovered about me, being the cool, mellow, smooth operator ain't really my type, man. I got to get out there in the trenches, and you'll see me in the stands and contesting shots from the sidelines. That's just how I roll, man. I try to be quiet about it. I try to be calm and more composed, but for some reason, it must be that African blood, man.
I picture you getting into your stance on multiple occasions at practice.
Yeah.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, Randy.
Sorry, 2 more. We'll go to Matt next.
Thanks very much, Coach. I hope everything is well with you. I'll start with the simple question, I guess, first. Just with regards to some of the injuries that you're dealing with, do you have an update today on Gary and Jalen?
Out and out.
Understood.
Yeah.
Thank you. The second part of my question is about we're entering into the final week now of the NBA G League regular season, and I'm just wondering how things have stacked up for you so far. Obviously, the record looks good. You're on a really good roll. How is everyone feeling mentally? How's everyone feeling physically? It's been a pretty intense grind.
Our key word today is urgency and purpose. So every game, every possession, that's how we have to approach it. You know, nothing has been decided. We're still in the trenches trying to make it. You know, once we make the playoffs, then we have 3 to win it. But you got to get there, and you do everything. And then you got to build habits. And as you go there, you want to have the confidence, the swagger, momentum going into this. So it's not time to mess around and lose focus and get complacent. Instead, it's time to really lock into our habits, because ultimately, you know, when we get into that thin air, your habits, good and bad, get revealed, and then you are your habits. And let's develop the good ones going into this thing.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck today.
Thank you, Matt.
We'll end with Oscar.
Yes, how are you, Coach?
I'm good, Oscar. How are you?
Very good, thanks. We got the 8 wins to the game, and now how you prepare for the Canton game, because you got big guys on the middle. What are you preparing for that specific game?
Mm-hmm. You know, it's really Oscar. For us, it's about playing with great pace, playing with great space, having penetration, playing with the pass, and then taking the right shot. So depending, you know, regardless of the opponent, really, these are the 5 tenets of our offense. And if we're able to do that at a high level, to us, it's like it doesn't really matter. We're not necessarily a team that chases, matchups or that kind of things. And we just feel like if we adhere to those 5 things I just told you, things fall into place and we're able to exploit what the defense gives us.
Okay, thank you so much and good luck to the game. Thank
you so much, Oscar. Yep.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
We'll see you.
Thanks, everybody.